Hey, what's up, guys? Gonna do a little opening of an envelope, unenveloping. And this one says, open on camera, please. This is from Davis in Alabama. And you don't need to know where Davis lives exactly, so I'm covering it. Yeah, it's a fatty little envelope. So, let's open it and see what we got, right? What should I use to open this? You know what? I'm gonna break out old hot sauce knife, because my EDC for today is a Spyderco Endura 4, but I haven't used this in a while. Actually, it's got glue all over it from all my hot sauce labels. I love this little guy. I have to say though, over all this time and all this use, because this got heavily used, did get a little bit of blade play. Not much. I could, there's no vertical up and down, of course, just side to side. In fact, it's bugging me, so I want to fix it right now. Oh, look at that, I got lucky. Pivot screw happened to be this same Torx bit, which is a T6. So a Torx 6 for the Cricket pivot, if that matters to you. And a lot better, a lot better. All right, so I don't know why I closed it again. Did I just? No, I didn't. Okay. Thought I showed the address. All right, hold it out to the light. Make sure there is no make sure there's no letter behind there. So there we go. It's one of those days. One of those days. Ooh, wow, this is a nice surprise. All right, let's see. All right, we got some cool drawings. We got some scratch-off lottery tickets. Ooh, is this a swan? I think it is. I used to love these. Little origami. Sweet. Awesome. Very cool. More origami. All right, let's see. Scratch-offs are, I'm guessing, from Alabama, where it came from. Does that mean if I win, I have to go to Alabama to cash it? I think it does. Hey, if it's $1 million, not that scratch-off's usually $1 million, but maybe I'll have to travel out. Say hi to Davis. All right, nice letter. Dear Jeff, thank you so much for all the awesome videos and countless hours of entertainment. My name is Davis, and I am 11 years old. I almost got in trouble drawing those knives in school. Some of the time I hate the knives I draw, but this time you can judge. I think for a future contest you should have a drawing competition. I love your story time videos. Hope you make more soon. I love all your hobbies except smoking and alcohol stuff. You should read the Hunger Games. Hope you like the stuff even though there's not a lot. From Davis. P.S. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Well, Davis, thank you very much for this stuff. This is really cool. Let me see what this is. I'm assuming it's origami as well. I don't want to open it up all the way and ruin it if there's no note. I don't think there's a note on here. But this I love, and this is going to go right on my shelf. And I used to know how to make these when I was younger, and since then I've totally forgotten. So I don't know how to make the old swan. I know that the whole story behind it, there was like 1,000. I don't remember it all, but I remember learning about it in school. Maybe someone was sick and someone made like 1,000 origami swans and they were all over the hospital room. I forget the whole details, but it was a cool story nonetheless. I remember that there was a story and I remember how to make these. I mean, I remember making them. I don't remember how, but it's very cool and this will go right onto my shelf and sit up there. The drawings, let's check them out. Wow, pretty cool. Let's see. We have, there's a bunch of stuff here. We have, there's the minimalist up here. We have a cool hatchet in the middle, balisong. This looks like right here where my middle finger is, looks like the pilot's knife. We got Zippo in the bottom. And oh, cool. He drew a block or some pistol with the slide back and everything. Pretty detailed stuff. I appreciate that. you know, when people do stuff like this and they draw me things, I keep everything. I think I mentioned this before. I keep it all in a box, and occasionally, if I'm not feeling so great, you know, or I'm kind of depressed about something, or just having like a rough day, I take that box out and I look through all my stuff, and there's just these awesome, really nice notes from people and cool drawings and just everything. It perks me up, makes me feel good. So I always appreciate that stuff. As far as the scratch off tickets, if I win, I will certainly let you know. If I don't write anything in this video after it ends, it means I didn't win. If I did win, I'll write you, I'll post exactly how much. And I would have to literally go down to your state and cash these. Um, you know what? If I win, I will send them right back to your address for you to cash and for you to keep. Sound like a deal? That'd be pretty cool. So anyway, thank you so much. I really appreciate it, Davis. It was very nice of you to write. I mean, 11 years old, very mature. Like, you know, when I was 11, I wouldn't have written a letter to someone. I would have been like, Dave, because that's the kind of 11-year-old I was. Just goofy, just, I don't know what I was doing. And to boot, better handwriting than I have. So congratulations for that, because I have chicken scratch. Actually, I shouldn't sell myself short. I have decent handwriting, but if I take my time, it's just like typing. When I type a message, you know, and there's like a million typos everywhere, it's because I'm rushing. You know, I could type normal. I do the Christopher Columbus method. You ever see that? That's where I take my finger and I search, and when I find the letter I want, I land. That's the Christopher Columbus. So, but usually it's like the 2 pointer fingers, and I just boop, boop, boop. I can type fast, but obviously not accurately. So what's the difference, right? Who cares if you don't know what I'm saying? But anyway, thank you very much, Davis. That was very cool of you. And I opened it on camera, as you very politely asked. It said, please. How can I not do that? You know, please. How many people say please anymore? So very cool, very mature of you, and I really appreciate the gifts. It was very nice. So that's it, guys. All right, guys, I'm back. First ticket was a loser. I figured I'd scratch the second one here on camera for all of you guys to see. So let's throw that out. And here's the second one. It's Casino Cash. Went up to $5,000. And you got to match the 3 same, you know, amounts or whatever. So let's scratch this together. Can I do this in the air? Let's see. It's the oddest scratching. Let me do this so I can see what I'm doing, but you can kind of see too. So we have 5,000, 25, 5,000, 2, and 5,000. Check this out. Is this going to focus? Can you guys see those amounts? 5,000, 5,000, and 5,000. Holy crap. I did this trick to someone else when I was in 8th grade. And I think it's funny, but it's still not funny if you're really trying to trick me. But it's goofy. These are gag lottery tickets. Now, when I first opened the package, I did think they were real. And as I'm scratching the first one, once I saw the amounts, because they're automatically winners, right? They're just goofy. You could buy these. It's like a novelty thing. It's a rotten trick, because when people think they won money, you know, they're like, oh my God, and then they find out they didn't, and you're like, people laughing at you, and you're still broke or whatever your situation is. It kind of stinks, but I'm glad, like, I've had experience with these before, so it's not like, oh my God, it's such a horrible, like, I thought I had money, that kind of thing. They're automatically winners when you scratch them, but as you read on further, you know, on the back, it says official game rules, winning prizes, and they give you the amounts. So it looks like a legit ticket, right? The first thing I can tell you that's a giveaway is that it's a lot thicker than most scratch-off tickets, okay? Like the front, it's really glossy, it's very thick. But the big thing here is that if you look on the bottom, you can't see this on the bottom here, but it says it's a copyright 2007 JA-RU Inc. Okay, so that's the company that actually makes these fake lottery tickets. And also, if you happen to be someone who buys lottery tickets all the time, you'll also know that there's always a separate section you scratch off that has the barcode, so it gets scanned in order to cash it in. So if you were attentive and you're someone who always had scratch off tickets, you would be like, oh, this is a little strange, it's extra thick. And when you did win, you notice that there's no place to scratch off your thing. But let's say you didn't realize any of that. When you get to the back, it says odds of winning 0 in 10,000. So minute details, right? There is a fake barcode on the back here, but you know they're always going to be on the front like that. It says this ticket for entertainment purposes only. Thanks for being a good sport. And the obviously what's supposed to happen is you think you win, and then you read on the back how to cash it in, and then as you're going down, it seems real, real, real. Winning tickets of 100 or more must be sent in, you know, to the Money Fairy, 123 Nowhere Drive in Make Believe Land. So as you're reading, you're going, wait a minute. And then it says valid only in your dreams. Any resemblance to a real or implied lottery ticket is what makes it fun. And then, of course, the last one, this ticket is for entertainment purposes only. Thanks for being a good sport. So, pretty funny stuff for the people who are giving it as a gag. Not so funny for the recipients of the lottery tickets. But I did have, like, I admit you got me, because for about 5 seconds I'm going, oh, no way, I just won $5,000. And then I go, wait a minute, I remember this stuff. And pretty funny. But anyway, at least I don't have to go down to, where are you from? Alabama. I'll have to go back to Alabama to cash in my $5,000. Let's see, if it was really $5,000, if I really did win, when I go to Alabama to cash it in, honestly, I'd probably make a video saying that I'm going to mail it to someone in Alabama. And I'm that trustworthy, so they can cash it, and we'll go like 50-50 on it or something. But no, just a gag ticket. Now the question is, what do I do with this? Do I try to trick someone else? Do I be a huge a-hole and leave this in the parking lot of my supermarket, waiting for some schmo to kind of pick it up off the ground and go, and hide it in his pocket like you think, you know, that's horrible. I wouldn't do that to someone, getting someone's hopes up like that. Because you know what? The guy who bends over to pick this dirty ticket up off the ground, that's someone who probably needs the money. So kind of a rotten gag. But yes, you did get me for a couple seconds, so I admit defeat. Funny stuff, though. I'll keep this. It's a nice novelty thing. And I'll just leave this like, you know what this is good for? To see who's trustworthy in your household or your friends, all right? You get one of these things, and I scratched it completely. I should have left some of it, like, unscratched, like most lottery tickets. People don't usually scratch the whole thing clean. But, yeah, get one of these things and like leave it on your dresser or on your counter where people can clearly see it. You have friends over and you don't mention nothing, and someone might peer over at it and go, ooh, it's a $5,000 winning ticket. And then you can really see who your friends really are. Who knows? Maybe by the time they leave, it's missing. Or maybe they pick it up and go, wow, man, congratulations, you won $5,000. That's a friend. You know what, though? Stuff like that, you may not want to even bother with. Because sometimes you don't want to know stuff like that. You don't want to know that your best friend is a total jerk and would steal your money right out from under you. So, anyway. Oh, by the way, what that was, in case you're wondering what I just did, I keep a box. It's always right behind the webcam, so you never ever see it. But it's a box. And in that box, I have all my miscellaneous coinage. All kinds of weird coins in there. It's like a little treasure chest. I got $50 Susan B. Anthony's, those presidential dollar coins, wheat pennies, Canadian money, stuff like that. Random stuff I get in my change, except for the $50 and Ike, you know, the Eisenhower dollars. Those I don't get in change. But anyway, that's it. Almost got me, Davis. You son of a... beep. I do still like your swan, though. Thank you. That's all. Have a good day, guys. Take care.